Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 12th biology students, and this is meant for 20th November 2020. We are into the revision mode as all of us know, and we are revising very important chapter, namely chapter number 12, biotechnology and its applications. And in that we were talking upon applications of biotechnology in production of pest resistant plants. And in our last class we talked about these GMOs, genetically modified organisms, and in particular we talked about the plants, that is transgenic plants. So in that we have defined what are GMOs, the organisms which contain functional foreign gene experimentally introduced into their genome by genetic engineering from another species. They are called GMOs. Sometimes these are also referred to as transgenic organisms or transgenics. Foreign gene that alters the host cell genetically is termed as transgene, and the production of transgenic organism is known as transgenesis. So among the transgenic plants, the plants in which foreign gene has been introduced through genetic engineering are called transgenic plants. Transgenic plants can be obtained by combination of tissue culture and genetic engineering. So it's a blend of tissue culture and genetic engineering. The vector used to introduce new genes into plant cells is most often a plasmid from soil bacterium called Agrobacterium tumefaciens. The name of the bacterium is Agrobacterium tumefaciens. This is the TI plasmid, that is tumor inducing plasmid. It is so called because in nature it induces tumors in broad leaf plants. For using TI plasmid as a vector, researchers have eliminated its tumor causing properties while keeping its ability to transfer DNA into plant cells. The part of TI plasmid transferred into plant cell DNA is called the tDNA. So the name of that is tDNA. And we were also talking about insect resistance in transgenic plants. So soil bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis produces proteins that kill certain insects like leptopterans, that is tobacco budworm, armyworm, coleopterans, that is beetles, and dipterans, flies and mosquitoes. The Bt toxin protein exists as inactive prototoxin, but once the insect ingests the inactive toxin, it is converted into an active form of toxin due to alkaline pH. We said alkaline pH of the gut or alimentary canal. This solubilizes the crystals. The activated toxin binds to the surface of midgut epithelial cells and creates spores that cause edema of the cells or cell swelling, leading to lysis. Lysis means breaking down, and eventually causes the death of the insect. The choice of genes depends upon the crop and targeted pest, as most Bt toxins are insect group specific. The toxin is coded by a gene named crygene, cry. There are numerous crygenes. Two crygenes are cry1AC and cry2AB have been incorporated in cotton. This genetically modified crop is called Bt cotton, as it contains Bt toxin genes against cotton bollworms. Similarly, cry1AB has been introduced in Bt cotton to protect the same from corn borer. So this is what we have been talking about. Many nematodes live in plants and animals, including human beings. The one that we talk about is Melidiogyne incognita infests the roots of tobacco plants and causes a great reduction in the yield. A novel strategy is adapted to prevent this infection that was based on the process of RNAi, that is RNA interference. So let's see what is this RNA interference. Nematodes like, as I said, Melidiogyne incognita infects the roots of tobacco plants and causes reduction in the yield. The infection of these nematodes can be prevented by a process called RNAi interference. RNAi is present in all eukaryotic organisms as cellular defense by silencing of specified mRNA. This is important. Silencing of mRNA due to complementary dsRNA. DS means double-stranded RNA, and that binds to N and prevents translation of mRNA. Once the translation is not done, naturally silencing of mRNA takes place. How does that happen? So, what is this RNAi? It is the phenomenon of inhibiting activity of a gene by synthesis of RNA molecules complementary to mRNA. The normal, that is in vivo synthesized mRNA of a gene is said to be sense, S-E-N-S-E, sense, because it carries the codons that are read during translation. Generally, the complement to the mRNA sense strand will not contain a sequence of codons that can be translated to produce a functional protein. Thus, this complementary strand is called non-sense RNA or antisense RNA. The antisense RNA and the mRNA molecules will anneal to form duplex RNA molecules, or we say dsRNA, double-stranded RNA molecule. The antisense or the double-strand RNA and the duplex RNA molecules cannot be translated. Thus, the presence of antisense RNA will block translation of mRNA of the affected gene. So, this is how we are silencing the mRNA. Now, that is the reason why we are calling it as RNA interference. The RNA is interfering, as you are saying it, in the cytoplasm of the cell. In all the cells you can see here, in the cytoplasm of the cell, what's happening? Here you can see the RNase 1 and the dsRNA, double-stranded RNA. Now it is getting blocked here, antisense and sense both, so it's not able to read, as you are seeing. As a result, the silencing of mRNA is being done. What are the various steps involved in this, in the silencing of the mRNA? Different steps involved in making tobacco plant resistant to nematode are as following. 1. Double-stranded RNAs are processed into approximately 21 to 23 nucleotide RNAs. 21 to 23 nucleotide RNAs. So this is step number 1. Nucleotide RNAs. This is step number 1. An RNase enzyme called dicer. This is an enzyme called dicer. Dicer is an RNase, an enzyme. Cuts the dsRNA molecules from virus, transposon, or through transformation into small interfering RNAs. So, siRNAs, small interfering RNAs. Who is cutting that? Dicer enzyme. The small interfering RNA complexes with ribonucleases to form RNA-induced silencing complex. That is, we say abbreviated as RISC. What is this RISC? R for RNA, I for induced, S for silencing, C for complex. RNA induced silencing complex. The sRNA unwinds and RISC is activated. The activated RISC targets complementary mRNA molecules, as you are seeing here. Complementary mRNA molecules. The siRNA strands act as guides where the RISCs cut the transcripts. This destroys the mRNA. When mRNA of the parasite is destroyed, no proteins are synthesized. This results in the death of the parasite. What is the parasite here? Nematode. Nematode is the parasite. Once the nematode is destroyed in the transgenic host, the transgenic plant gets itself protected from the parasite. This is what we are doing. So, the source of complementary dsRNA may be from the infection by viruses having RNA genomes or mobile genetic elements that replicate through RNA intermediate. So, nematode specific genes were introduced into host plant using agrobacterium vectors. The parasite could not survive in transgenic host expressing specific interfering RNA. Since mRNA of the parasite is destroyed, no proteins will be synthesized. So when the proteins are not synthesized, it results in the death of the nematode in the transgenic host. Thus the transgenic plant gets itself protected from the parasite. So overall, we are converting the enemy into no danger person by just silencing his mRNA. This is the overall concept. Now, some other applications are there in agriculture. The protein hirudin, HIRUDIN, hirudin. The protein hirudin present in leech prevents blood clotting. Its gene was chemically synthesized and introduced into Brassica napus. The seeds of the latter came to have hirudin, which could be extracted and purified. So it prevents blood clotting, and we are able to use this for a medical purpose. Similarly, flavor saver, another one, FLAVR, flavor and savor, SAVR. Again, flavor saver tomato was first transgenic variety to reach the market. Here, inactivation of gene which produces polygalactouronase enzyme has been done. The non-availability of this enzyme prevents over-ripening of tomato. So we can preserve the tomato for longer days. Normally, the normal tomato, which is obtained from country varieties, gets spoiled within no time. Even when we keep it in refrigerator, still they get spoiled. But this flavor saver tomato, having that enzyme, that is polygalactouronase enzyme, will be made non-available. And once that is not available, over-ripening is prevented, because the enzyme is essential for degradation of cell walls of the tomato. Next, of course, the one that we talked, gold rice, is a transgenic variety of Oryza sativa rice that contains good quantities of beta-carotene, provitamin A, and of course inactive state of vitamin A. Production of the value-added products like nutrition supplements, pharmaceuticals, fuels using transgenic crops is referred as molecular farming. So we are able to do all this in the plants, in particularly transgenic plants. And let's see in our next session what are the biotechnological applications in the field of medicine. And before we go to the medicine, I would like to add advantages and disadvantages of transgenic plants. Of course, being sons of farmer, some of you must have come across a lot of hartals and roadblocks, road rokos in in districts like Koppal, Gulbarga, all that. When BT brinjal was introduced, there were feelings by the people that the BT brinjal is not good for health. So then government has to come with the help of scientists, give clarifications, give advertisements in newspapers, TVs, all that, telling the people that there is no danger from the BT brinjal. And similarly BT cotton, there were a lot of rumors. So is there any really advantage or is there any disadvantage of these transgenic plants? Let's see. The transgenic plants have been useful in many ways. Genetic modification has made crops more tolerant to abiotic stresses like cold, drought, salinity, heat, and reduced reliance on chemical pesticides like pest-resistant crops. This helped to reduce post-harvest losses, increased efficiency of mineral usage by plants. This prevents early exhaustion of fertility of the soil. Enhanced nutritional value, just now we talked vitamin A enhancement through gold rice. Genetically modified plants could pose some biological and ecological risk like production of toxic or allergic metabolites, unexpected new susceptibilities to pathogens, transmission of new traits to related sexually compatible weed species. The ecosystem may be disturbed. Okay, the ecosystem may be getting disturbed by dispersal, persistence, or altered reaction to parasites, symbionts, and competitors. These are the negative things of the transgenic plants, disadvantages of transgenic plants. So let's see in our next class what are the various biotechnological applications in the field of medicines. Until then, take